Hello everybody, it's John, and this week's special Horse's Ass of the Ward goes to a group of well-known horses' asses. That's right. There is a group of people out there. They're known as the millennial generation, the millennials. Yes, millennials, you win the coveted horse's ass, the silver sphincter. You guys, you earned it. You deserve it. Now, I'm going to throw a little caveat out here for you millennials that don't think you deserve that award. If you're not a selfish, narcissistic, identity-confused crybaby with no work ethic, an entire, a century's worth of entitlement mentality, and complete and total indoctrination, then you don't deserve this. But if you're one of the other millennials, you do. So back to the rest of the crowd. The millennials, they've earned it. They have become the generation that is selfish. All they do is think about themselves. A great example of them will be the protesters. Yes, the protesters, they exemplify exactly what it is to be a millennial. They have a sense of entitlement and a belief system that they're right at all times. They're never wrong. Watch any protest, go to any college campus, or listen to interviews of college kids. These millennials are narcissistic off the scale. They make the 60s hippies look average. They are so sanctimonious, these millennials who have earned the horse's ass, the silver sphincter award, right? These fucking people are retarded. Not because their brains don't work, but because they have been educationally retarded. They've been socially promoted, and they've been run through an indoctrination system called the education system. We as adults need to understand that millennials, though there be some that are intelligent, forward-thinking and intelligent, most of them are worthless. They are completely and totally brainwashed, and they are dangerous. You can identify them by their constant and total whining, their total belief that they are entitled to everything they want. Now, where does this generation come from? What made them? Really, what made the millennials the millennials? I've got two sons that are millennials, and they are not allowed to act like everyone else because they are held accountable by me. So what does that tell you about other millennials? They're not held accountable by their parents. That's fucking sad. But it stems from what, third, fourth, fifth generation of feminist households raising human beings to be anything other than men and women. That's what the problem is here, is we have a total generation of parents who don't know how to parent. There's a generation of parents that don't know what it is to be human beings, to be self-reliant and responsible. And as a result, we have a generation of people who, again, rather than being told, you need to do better than your parents, you need to step up, they're told, relax, take it easy, man, you only live once. All this YOLO shit, right? You only live once. That's the millennials. Look at me. They've been raised with the internet. They've been raised with computer technology. Instant gratification. Yes, the millennials, if they even knew what a horse was and what comes out the backside, they would realize why this award, this coveted horse's ass award, nobody fucking wants, but they have earned it. Yes, the millennials. The sense of entitlement they have is fantastic. Watch them on the news. Watch them in public gatherings. Have you seen these kids? These young people? They're going to bring this nation down the rest of the way. They have been, unfortunately, indoctrinated to a level that you and I probably cannot even fathom. My son, my younger son, tells me about what he does in school every day. He harasses the fuck out of these people. To him and his buddies, it's a sport to get little girls and little effeminate boys to trigger. He loves to trigger them. He'll say shit that upsets them and they go off. They cannot stand to hear things that they don't agree with. And so he'll say things to trigger a psychological reaction in them. And you've heard about triggering and safe spaces. That's what the millennials demand. They demand a safe place. Some space to go where nobody can upset them. Where their ears will not hear words that they don't want to hear. And their eyes won't see things that are offensive. These little LGBTQ type people, they want to be whatever they think they should be. And they don't even know what they are because they're identity confused. That's how heavily brainwashed they are. And they can't face the idea that someone's certain of what they are unless it's one of these ambiguous androgynous beings. These poor millennials have earned it. They've earned the horse's ass. What a noble award for what a bunch of worthless little fucks. The millennial crybabies. Now, like I said, I know 2 kids that are not worthless millennials, and they have friends who are not worthless millennials. And when I talk to them, they prove they're not. So you can't say, as a millennial or as the parent of a millennial, you can't say that they don't have any choice, that they have to be that way. That's the way kids are these days. You know, my kids have a choice. They accept responsibility for themselves and their own actions and the way they think. So that is no excuse. It's the parents and it's also the kid. The kid has to choose. I've told my kids, you have a choice. You can be a man. You can grow up into a man. Take responsibility for yourself. Or you can be like one of those other people. And I ask my sons to describe to me people they've gone to school with that they find abhorrent, less than. And they describe them to me. And I go, do you want to be like that? And they say, no. Then I say, you have to be responsible for yourself. You cannot be selfish. You have to know what you are and decide. Are you going to be a man or are you going to be a sponge? You know, a sense of entitlement comes from instant gratification, always getting what they want. A little bit of whining and crying and they get what they want. They throw a fit, they throw themselves on the ground, and they're given what they want. That is what entitlement is. A belief that all they have to do is think or wish, and it has to be made to happen. That is the sense of entitlement. Now, I will admit that I've spoiled my kids. I'll also tell you, I make them do all kinds of shit that kids are supposed to do. Right, my kids split wood, stack wood, mow lawns, rake pine needles, burn, take out garbage, do dishes. They do their own laundry, they fold their own laundry, they clean their own rooms, they clean the house, they clean their own bathroom. They do shit. They're learning how to be adults. They don't have a sense of entitlement that says they're too good for that or above it. That's where I look at work ethic of these millennials. They have none. They don't want to work. Their parents give them everything that they have, everything that they want, and they just whine for more. This country is in deep shit.